Okey, Assalamualaikum, apa khabar? Okey, hari ni kita jumpa lagi. Seperti yang anda janjikan, this week is actually orang kata macam mendapat hidayah lah untuk because I want to help. My videos is actually is coaching you guys to help you in your career. Sebab ramai sangat orang dah ramai uh, dibuang kerja and everything ya. Jadi I nak menolong. Okay. So as I said, kalau you tak tengok lagi my earlier videos which I posted yesterday, please look at the videos yesterday. So this is actually the next step. Okay. Kalau you dah kena retrench, you dah kena buang kerja. Okay, now video ni I nak cerita pasal macam mana nak tulis CV you. How to write a CV. How to write a good resume. Okay. Alamak, sorry my phone. Ada je message. I will silent my phone 1 minute Okay, because I want to focus on you guys. I really want to help you guys Okay. Ramai orang bila suruh buat CV, dia main belasah je. Dia tak tahu apa yang sepatutnya berada dalam CV tu. And then lepas tu bila you dah hantar CV, alamak, tak ada orang lah, tak ada recruiter pun come back and ataupun HR never come back to me and ask me whether nak panggil interview ke apa. I'm telling you why. Why? Kadang-kadang CV tak ada gambar. Tak ada gambar you. Actually CV yang tak ada gambar ni bosan tau. I terus terang cakap dengan you, I pernah sebagai orang yang minta kerja, hantar CV, I pernah berada di situ. Dan I also pernah berada di tempat where HR hantar CV dekat I. Dia suruh I tengok candidate mana yang I nak panggil untuk interview. So because I have been on both sides of the gate, both sides of the door, so I'm sharing with you. I am sharing with you my experience. Bagi I, knowledge ni, I cakap terus terang dengan you, HR tak akan bagi tahu you. You tanyalah kawan-kawan HR you. Semua HR is, sorry cakap HR is a little bit selfish. And also HR is two-faced bagi I. Sebab I dah kerja 23 tahun. 23 years already. I dah bekerja dalam corporate world. HR takkan tolong you punya. You tak percaya, you try tanya kawan-kawan HR you. Ada tak yang HR yang sanggup nak review you punya CV? Tengok sama ada resume you tu okay ke tak? Ada tak? Kalau ada, you bagi tahu I. You bagi tahu I. Sebab for 23 years of me working, I dah pernah kena retrench. Kelang kabut I cari kerja. Okay? I pernah kena buang kerja macam tu saja. Kelang kabut I cari kerja. I write resumes. Also, bila I dah dapat kerja, selalunya, because of my experience, 23 years, so of course I will be on the middle level management lah. Is either supervisor level ke, manager level ke. So bila as a manager, selalunya kalau tiba-tiba ada tak cukup manpower ke, projek terlalu banyak dah tak cukup tangan, selalunya I akan diberi tugas oleh the big bosses untuk interview budak. So I have been on both sides. So I'm sharing with you today. This is a very, tolong ambil pen and paper. Now, I give you 1 minute 1 minute. Cari sekarang ni pen and paper. Because I want to give you tips. Macam mana kalau you nak hantar CV you tu akan at least being looked at by the hiring manager. At least. Paling busuk pun at least tengok lah. So macam mana you nak capture dia orang punya attention? Okay, dah ambil dah. So I assume you dah ambil pen and paper semua Okay, now. Nombor 1. CV to me lah to me I tak tahu pasal industri lain. But generally oil and gas company kita tulis dalam bahasa Inggeris lah. Betul tak? Okay, CV. It must be written in English. I tak tahu kalau you apply dekat government, I'm not so sure. Ada yang tu, I terus terang cakap dengan you, itu bukan bidang I. Maknanya kalau untuk katakan you nak apply untuk government, mungkin government akan tulis dalam bahasa Melayu. You kena tulis CV dalam bahasa Melayu. Now, I'm sorry, my experience is not in the government sector. So my experience is mainly in swasta. Kerja yang siapa-siapa yang bukan non-government. Macam oil and gas company, construction, EPCC contractor, the client, Petronas, BP, Shell and everything. So basically your CV must be in English. Yeah. Okay, now number one, itu kita sort. That one sort that out, tolak tepi. You kena ingat, bahasa kena gunakan bahasa Inggeris. Kau janganlah letak bahasa India dalam tu. Kau jangan letak tulis bahasa Jawa pula dalam tu. Kan? Because people is a universal language, yeah? So because you have to express yourself. Okay, macam ni. Nombor satu, tadi bahasa English, please write in English. Write in a proper English, proper English. Tak semestinya nak kena bombastic pakai perkataan, bukan main lagi. It will help you actually, your writing. Okay, nombor satu. Nombor dua, gambar. I cakap dengan you, kalau I nak ambil candidate, tak ada gambar, I tolak tepi je resume dia. Terus terang I cakap dengan you. From a hiring perspective, bila you ada gambar, at least kita boleh describe tau. Kita boleh macam tengok, muka dia macam ni. Pakai spek, tak pakai tudung. Pakai tudung. Kadang-kadang kita tengok, kita boleh judge orang tu punya karakter from gambar. Gambar you kena ada. Tapi, terus terang I cakap dengan you, katalah, ni I pernah, ni pengalaman sendiri kelakar. This one is very funny. I was looking for buyer, because macam I cakap, I was basically right now I'm in supply chain. Jadi supply chain procurement is under me lah. So I'm looking for buyer. Masa tu memang ada vacancy lah dekat my company yang sekarang ni. Ni I cerita very current experience. Memang gelak. Dia apply untuk position buyer. Buyer ni basically executive lah, buying engineer, cost estimating engineer. So engineer level. Bukan VP ke, bukan position CFO, CEO, you tahu tak? Tapi you tahu tak dia letak gambar dia apa? Ni lelaki tau. Lelaki Melayu sorry cakap. Dia letak gambar, dia pakai blazer, full body picture. Dia duduk dengan bersilang macam ni, lepas tu tangan macam ni. Excuse me, kalau kau minta position CEO, you letak gambar macam tu, logik ke tak logik? Logik kan? Ini kau minta gambar macam ni, dengan kaki bersilang, dengan pakai blazer. It happened to me. I have seen this. Bila I tengok kan, I gelak. Even my own boss also cakap, what position is he applying? He looks like a CEO to me. You know? Do you faham tak apa I cakap? Sebab tu gambar, tolong. Janganlah letak full body picture. Just a gambar. Normally, selalunya lah, orang nak ambil mudah, dia orang ambil gambar pasport. Tapi kalau kata you dah pandai main dengan selfie apa semua, take a nice picture from your angle. Perempuan, ladies, hello. Tolong jangan bagi gambar seksi, okay? Because kau nak kerja. Kau bukan nak menjaja, tolong jangan bagi gambar seksi gila dengan pakai apa? Dengan pakai spaghetti strap apa semua, tolong. At least cover lah. Cover, look, even if you are wearing a long sleeve or whatever, it's okay. As long as you take a nice picture of you from whatever angle yang you minat. Tolong jangan bagi gambar yang, dah macam, there's this one, I nak tergelak tau. Sebab pengalaman I, sebab I kerja dah banyak tempat sebenarnya. Sapura, this general manager, he's actually, he's not a GM, he's a senior GM, senior general manager of supply chain. Kalau siapa-siapa yang kerja Sapura, kau kenal siapa aku sebut ni. Senior general manager of supply chain. Okay, he's Indian. He's Indian expatriate. Okay. Dia ada seorang sekretari, tapi dia tak minat sekretari dia ni. Sekretari dia ni perempuan Melayu lah. Dia pergi campak mana-mana department sampai orang tak nak. Sebab sekretari, what do you expect? You nak masuk logistik? Memang tak. Nak masuk warehouse? Memang tak, sebab dia tak ada pengalaman. Jadi budak ni memang macam ni. Lepas tu, dia nak hire a new one lah, konon-kononnya. You tahu tak? I tengok CV dia, perempuan tu macam separuh bogel gambar dalam CV. You tahu tak? Lepas tu terkejut, tapi he likes. dia suka. Ada yang crooked mind macam ni, ada. Tapi as I said, it's up to you. It's up to you. Tapi bagi I benda-benda macam ni sangat rare. Sangat rare. Kalau dekat Malaysia, kau pergi hantar CV macam ni, kalau you masuk nak pergi fashion industry, yes, maybe. Kalau you are applying for modelling job, yes, maybe. But if you want to go on a corporate normal office punya setting, tolonglah jangan hantar gambar macam tu. Tolong sangat. I beg you. Sebab kita seorang perempuan, have a class, yeah. Remember, just a normal normal picture of yourself. Pakai passport picture, tapi even I personally also I tak suka passport picture sebab tak cantik. So I normally I akan ambil selfie sikit, lepas tu I touch up sikit lah. You know, at least you look nice, you know, your skin looks better, whatever. Okay, gambar gambar saja you tengok dah berapa minit, 11 minit dah. I cakap pasal gambar je. Because that one is very important. It what captures you kena gambar tu kena as simple as possible, but also it shows your personality. Because gambar kita kalau tengok orang kita tahu yang ni macam makcik lah, yang ni cakap umur 39, dalam CV umur 39 tapi muka dia macam 50, dah beruban bagai. You understand lah? Because pictures normally it speaks thousands of words. Yeah, remember. So be careful of what picture you put. Okay, nombor 1. Nombor 2, contact detail. Contact detail, contoh macam email address, you kena letak dalam CV you. Ini adalah data-data yang you kena letak. Contact details, address you, email address. Normally email. Nombor 2, handphone you, your mobile number. Okay, itu 2. Itu adalah 2. Okay. Nombor 3, personal information. Personal information, I terus senang cakap dengan you, janganlah letak mengarut. Letak I pecinta kucing lah, I love cats lah, apa benda lah. Tak payah letak benda tu semua. Personal detail, I bagi you, macam contoh kan, macam I'm a YouTuber. You pergi letak kat situ personal detail for what? Because recruiter akan macam tengok dah, kalau you YouTuber, mungkin you punya video dah meletup-letup apa semua, mungkin you get paid by YouTube. Why you want to get a job? You understand? Jangan letak tu semua. Make it as simple as possible. Okay? Personal detail, you stick to number 1, marital status. Marital status means sama ada you single or married. That's it. Single letak single. Married letak married. Dah. You know? Okay. Lepas tu, lagi satu, age. Umur you letak situ. Sebab apa? Kadang-kadang job description tu dia ada limit umur, ada certain because I think adalah certain, you know, age must be within this, but that's the reason why. Yeah? Okay. Nombor 3, education. Ini paling penting. Education you. This is under personal detail. Education you maknanya you ada apa? Ada masters? You have masters, you have what? PhD, you have degree. You letak situ, degree of blah 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 from what university and what year. That's it. Simple, yeah. Okay, now itu I dah cover. Ini kalau you perasan is actually I'm talking about the front page of your CV. You perasan tak apa yang I cakap ni? Nombor 1, gambar. Selalunya gambar kat mana? Front page lah kan? Ni adalah muka surat pertama CV you tu. Gambar you. Lepas tu apa lagi? Contact detail. Lepas tu you kena letak personal information macam I cakap, marital status, age and education. Cukup. Enough. Cukup. Itu saja. Okay. And number 4. Okay. Now, this one is one of the most important. Summary. Okay. This thing, summary ni, it has to be also on your front page. You know, macam contoh A4 paper. You letak personal detail you at one side, contoh kiri atau kanan, yeah. Because I tak nak tunjuk I punya CV lah, because I don't want to that one. So I'm describing it to you. Front A4 paper, yeah. Sama ada belah kiri ataupun belah kanan, you letak summary. Katakan belah kiri ni you dah letak gambar you dekat atas, personal detail, contact details, lepas tu whatever lah, education. Okay, you dah letak situ. So now you put a summary. Okay, now I want to tell you what is this summary all about. You tak payahlah cerita, I am born in Kedah, I am born in Johor. They don't want to know where you're born from. You understand? This summary must be apa yang you dah accomplish. Basically, you just tell the employer that I have how many years of experience in what field. Okay? Okay. And then you bagi tahu yang summary of experience, in half a page, yes. Lepas tu you bagi tahu some details, along the way, what I have accomplished, blah 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 blah. Katakan you dapat promotion, blah 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 blah. From what year to what year. Okay. I nak bagi tahu you, ini kalau you nak advance lagi, you punya summary ni. Summary ni I cakap dengan you, tolong jangan buat karangan panjang. Because orang tak suka nak baca. Kalau you smart, you buat bullet points. Okay, bullet points, bullet 1. Apa dia? Bullet tu, okay. You boleh bahagikan summary ni kepada 2. Number 1 is primary skill. Primary skill you apa? Primary, maknanya macam contoh, macam I, because my CV, kalau you tengok my CV, which I think you guys won't see lah sebab I selalu hantar dekat employer. From the front page sahaja, dia orang dah tahu dah. Dia orang tak payah tengok belakang dah tahu, Pak. Faham tak? Dia orang dah tahu dah, oh, this girl, this lady have this is what we want. You understand? Because you make things easy for the hiring manager. Okay. You divide into 2. Primary skill and secondary skill. Okay, primary skill ni macam contoh, I expert in supply chain. I put there, bullet 1, expert in supply chain management. Okay, number 2, basically advanced skill in procuring offshore equipment, katakan. Lepas tu expert in MRO procurement. MRO mini maintenance, repair and operations, maintenance, blah blah blah. And then expert in buying spare parts for the ships, for vessels and everything all over the world. Letaklah nama vessel apa, A, B, C, D. Itu primary skill you. Secondary skill. Okay, lagi satu contoh macam sistem. Company kadang-kadang ada yang pakai SAP system. Siapa kerja Petronas yang biasa? SAP. SAP. Letak situ. Primary skill. Advanced user of SAP system. Macam my company, SAP dah tak pakai. Dia orang pakai Oracle. So I will put that. Advanced user of Oracle system. You understand? Faham tak? How many years? Having how many years of experience in blah 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 blah. Bullet point. 1, 2, 3. Primary. Okay. Secondary pula. Secondary skill contoh macam benda-benda yang is not your main job, tapi you pernah pengalaman. Contoh macam chasing, macam contoh I lah supply chain. I bagi contoh macam supply chain. Kadang-kadang bila kita dapat demand letter, contoh macam lawyer punya letter sebab payment lambat lah apa, so apa kita buat? Macam I akan minta fund, I akan quickly trigger. So these are my primary skill. So I akan cakap lah advising finance on payment status from suppliers. Lepas tu apa lagi? You letak benda-benda yang you kena fikir. Betul I cakap dengan you, buat CV ni, kalau you betul-betul buat, bila recruiter nampak saja CV you, dia tahu CV you ni quality. Only from the front page. Faham? You faham tak apa cakap? I excited sebenarnya because I nak share this information. But I tahu ramai orang sekarang ni tengah cari kerja. Dan you have to, okay, another thing is, you kena ingat bila you buat you punya resume ataupun CV ni, sebenarnya you are selling yourself. How you sell yourself? You tell me. How you sell yourself? You faham tak? Kita sebagai pengguna, katakan you from the other side who is buying, you mesti akan cari yang macam something interesting kan? Something extra about this person. Because the CV, the way he writes, very interesting. So you pun rasa macam, interesting. I really want to get to know this person. So why not we call him for interview? You get it? You faham tak? Sebab tu you punya CV from the very first page. First page tu sangat important. I cakap dengan you. First page sebab ramai orang tak tahu skill ni. You tanya HR akan tolong you punya. I terus terang I cakap dengan you. Normally I get this from years and years of experience. I banyak try and error tau. Dulu CV I bodoh macam tu je. Main hantar je. Lepas tu I pernah kena scrutinize daripada CEO of some company. CEO sampai dia tanya, actually I tengok bila I tengok front page CV you, I tak tahu you punya niche, you punya skill tu apa. So bila I dilontarkan soalan macam tu, I macam terfikir, that means front page of your CV, dia mesti tahu dah skill tu apa. That's why front page of your CV must be very pretty. You kena cantik sikit. Kalau boleh buatlah font colour-colour sikit. Tapi janganlah letak bunga ke gambar binatang, tak sesuai. Just a very corporate. You tahu tak, Microsoft Word sekarang ni kalau you ada Windows 10 ke apa, kan dia ada banyak template-template kan. Pakai tu. Yang ada colour-colour tu. Pakai, you just put in slowly. Tapi ingat apa yang summary ni very important. Primary skill you and secondary skill you. Apa tu? Yang berkaitan dengan kerja. Janganlah letak kat situ, YouTuber, blogger. Tak payahlah. That one is not related to work. You nak kerja ni. Nak cerita pasal kerja kan? Okay, now. Okay. Lepas tu, page yang kedua dan ketiga. Selalunya CV you jangan banyak-banyak. I terus terang cakap dengan you, I banyak tengok CV sampai dah muntah. Kadang-kadang. Especially bila kita orang nak hire somebody to fill up the position. I bila kalau tengok CV tu lebih daripada 5 page selalu I buang ke tepi Because to me, it's like you don't even know how to summarize your own experience. Okay. Second page. Masuk second page. Detail of your job description. Detail. Contoh macam I. From 2000 blah 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 till today. Okay, apa experience I? Okay, supervisor. I tulis itu. Position. Very simple. Position. Supervisor of blah 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 blah. Okay, taking care of bullet lagi, bullet point. Okay, how many buyers in 31 buyers in Asia Pacific region. Taking care of blah 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 blah. Doing reporting blah 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 blah. Reporting to blah 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 blah. You faham tak? It has to be very specific. Simple. Katakan contoh macam you buat project. Katakan you katakan you macam contoh you nak minta kerja IT. Benda ni general Contoh general kerja minta kerja IT. Okay, projek apa you buat? This project, okay, bla 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 bla. Apa you buat? Sebab tu I terus terang ni I bagi another tips. Kadang-kadang try to exaggerate a little bit. Janganlah luar pendol. Faham tak? Kalau macam you katakan macam you pernah buat benda tu, tapi sebenarnya you buat separuh jalan. Just write it down. Because the thing is, sekarang ni, mana-mana company yang you pergi tu, tak semestinya you kena buat benda yang sama. You faham tak? But the thing is, you want to get them to actually call you for interview. You dah dapat interview tu pun dah kira, yes! You faham tak apa cakap? I nak you dapatkan yes tu. Yes, I got the interview. So, I tolong you sekarang ni. Job yang I cakap page number, ingat stick to only 3 pages. 3 pages only. Cukup first front page. Second page, your experience. Third page also, your experience. Lepas tu, letaklah sikit expected salary. Expected salary, I cakap dengan you terus terang ni I terus terang bagi tahu you. Kalau you kena retrench, selalunya company tak akan bagi, kadang-kadang susah nak bagi even the same salary macam you dapat sebelum you kena retrench tu. Sebab tu orang yang kena retrench selalunya kurang bernasib baik sikit lah. Tapi I cakap dengan you terus terang, adik-adik, abang-abang, jangan give up. Jangan give up. Kalau katalah sebelum you kena retrench you dapat gaji 8,000 kata, contoh 8,000. Tiba-tiba bila pergi interview, orang dah tak nak bagi you 8,000. Dia orang nak bagi you 6,000. Ambil je lah. Please lah, ambil je lah. Just for a while. I cakap dengan you kalau you ada attitude yang macam ni, you survivor. You survive. I want to survive, I don't care. RM6,000, okay tak apa, I take it. Ambil. Because you don't know. Next year, tantah for all you know, everything already ni. Vaksin COVID-19 pun dah dapat. Everybody can be vaccinated. For all you know, kita dah tak ada dah go through. But kalau you berkira, you tak ambil, lagi lama you tak kerja, value you makin lama makin rendah, makin rendah, makin rendah. You percaya cakap I? You percaya cakap I? So, andai kata, katakan dapat, they offer you 7,000 sebab actually, you know, when recruiter know, when the hiring manager know yang you ni dah kena retrench, they know that you are begging. What do they say about beggars? Beggars cannot be choosers. Maknanya you tak boleh pilih. You tak ada pilihan dah. So selalunya, sorry cakap lah, ini adalah insting HR. Selalu HR, to be honest, sebab tu I tak berapa suka HR. I tak ada kawan HR sangat sebenarnya, because I don't really like them. Normally HR akan manipulate because you dah kena retrench, so kita bagi you gaji, tahulah you dapat 8,000 dulu tapi you dah kena retrench dah setahun. So I bagi you 6,000 lah. Sebab itu je yang kita boleh bagi. Itu selalunya ayat dia orang. Sebab I dah pernah kena, babe. I cakap terus terang dengan you, kalau I tak nak cerita dalam video pasal life I, nanti I takut I menangis. Because I have gone through. Sebab tu I cakap, I have been going for interview, pergi hantar CV sampai dah penat, sampai dah letih, sampai dah termenung. Duduk rumah tengok TV tengok I. You faham tak? I tengok TV pun I tak fokus dah. I dah pernah rasa macam tu. I have been there. Also, at the same time, I also have been the one yang select candidate untuk interview. Sebab kita tak ada masa, betul I cakap, terus terang, kita tak ada masa. So kita tak akan, katakan I dapat CV 5 CV daripada HR. Saya cakap, okay Lia, can you please review all these 5 CV. I akan tengok sekali lalu je. Sebab tu I cakap, you punya CV kena cantik. Tak payah just like, make it very interesting. Kalau you rasa benda tu menarik, normally akan menarik pada hiring manager. You faham tak? Sebab tu I ajar you tips ni. Very expensive tips I cakap. HR, sebab tu I cakap you, I bet you HR pun takkan ajar you benda macam ni. Because I want to share. Bagi I, benda ni semua adalah amal jariah. Amal jariah. Bagi I, tak semestinya kau bertudung, kau nak kena, nak berbakti pada orang. The way I berbakti pada orang, the way I think is different. Because everybody have their own experience. So basically, okay. Now, recap. First, ingat. First page. Gambar. Gambar kena sopan. Dan jangan gambar yang intimidating. Macam I cakap pula, macam gaya macam CEO tapi minta position engineer. Hello, excuse me. Kan, realistik lah. Okay, gambar biasa je. Kalau tak ada gambar yang elok, ambil gambar pasport pun tak apa. Tapi make sure it's interesting to look at. You pun tahu, kalau gambar you tengok sendiri pun you kata, ini buruknya aku. Kalau you sendiri rasa gambar you tu buruk, orang lain tengok pun buruk lah. Yang kau pergi letak kat CV kau buat apa? Ambil lah gambar lain. Okay, gambar. Lepas tu, first page tadi ada apa? Gambar. Lepas tu contact detail. Make it simple. Contact detail, email and phone number. Lepas tu ada personal information. Personal information, stick to only 3. Marital status, age and education. Cukup. Tak payah nak cakap kau pencipta kucing lah, you blogger lah, YouTuber. Tak payah. They don't want to know about all those things. Okay? Lepas tu, summary. Summary ni I cakap, you need to spend at least 1.5 day. Look back. Apa primary skill you? Walaupun benda tu kecil, make it big. Make it big. I bagi you tips ni. Walaupun benda tu kecil, you pernah tolong actually separuh jalan pun, never mind. Put it down. Look at, you kena ambil masa sikit. Because summary ni bagi I penting sangat. Yang belakang-belakang tu, yang the second page and third page tu, your work experience tu tak berapa penting sangat. Tapi the summary must be very tip top. That's how you sell yourself. Ingat this is, you are selling yourself tau. Why the employer nak ambil you compared to ada beratus-ratus lagi yang apply. You understand? You have to be something. You have to be interesting. First of all, dia orang tengok paper. Dia orang tengok paper dulu. Kalau paper you pun tulis, kita sebagai, I sebagai recruit, I pernah being hiring manager many times. I tengok bila cara tulis lagi satu, tolonglah grammar. Now because you have to write the CV in English, so please buatlah spell check tu. Jangan, actually kan orang yang spelling salah ni very messy tau, sangat messy. So do not make that mistake. Sebab selalunya, you know, kalau macam contoh macam I apply in supply chain. Supply chain is actually very meticulous. It's all about this, duit. So kalau you tak detail, dia orang akan cakap, see, even the writing also very messy. What makes you think that she can be a very good procurement manager? You faham tak apa I cakap? It's very important. Okay, thank you guys. I will share there will be another video again about this along this career, because this is career week. I want you guys to actually have fun. Stay positive. Siapa yang dah kena retrench, jangan ingat this is the end of the world. No, it's not. It's not. Kalau you rasa macam tu, wake up. Dah berapa lama dah you menangis? 3-4 minggu. Okay, now brush off, wipe your face, basuh muka, put on makeup. Stay positive. You know, you will get. You sekarang ni you nak semangat. I nak tiupkan semangat ni dekat you yang dah jatuh-jatuh ni semua ni. Yang dah jatuh-jatuh semua, dah jatuh harapan, dah sedih, dah termenung apa semua, dah tak tahu nak buat apa. No. It's not at the end of the world. You know, I'm helping you. Okay, start from writing a good CV. Alright. Okay. Thank you all. Mwah.